Leo. Welcome to your weekly reading for May 30th to June 5th. So for this week, as I'm shuffling your cards, I feel like the solar plexus is going to be a strong focus here for you. I feel like there are a lot of changes, but the changes that are happening are bringing you to a space where you're going to feel a lot more comfortable. So whether that's in a connection or like a change in home, I'm really getting this sense of like relief and comfort and almost feeling like you're moving into a space. So whether that's internally, externally, or both, it's just going to feel like you belong so much. Like there's going to be something that comes into your life or is almost like transforming or slowly being birthed into your life. They're showing me like just a flower unfolding. So it feels like this unfolding in your life that feels just so much more you know? So you may have felt like you've been in places or you've been with people or connections or situations where there was like something about it that always felt a little bit off, or I don't really feel like I entirely belong here. I don't think this is totally me. It may have been like things where you could adjust to, you can kind of mold yourself around. But I feel like there has been this deep desire to just be somewhere where you belong. And I feel like for some, it's going to show up in a living situation, or it's going to show up in a connection, in a relationship, or even in your career. And maybe for some of you, it could be school. It could be like, you are at a specific place or a specific university. I'm really seeing this specifically for someone. So this may resonate for like one person. It's like you want to change universities because the one that you're at doesn't really fit with, like your vibe, or maybe they don't have the right programs that you thought they would. I don't know, something along those lines. Something about like wanting to change schools or wanting to change it's like the vibe of the school is not entirely aligned with who you are, and you're kind of figuring out who you are, and you see something else that is so much more in alignment with that. I feel like that's literally going to resonate for like one person. So, but yeah, this is about finding where you belong. This is about going where you belong. And the nice thing about the fact that I feel like this is also as a result of your solar plexus healing as well, because if there's any blockages, any wounds, or anything that has been in that area, in that energy center, as they heal, you have more clarity about what it is that truly is the right fit for you, where you're going to feel at home, what's going to feel good for you. So this is, it's another layer of that alignment that's coming in. This card is coming out so much this week. So this is about, again, taking that leap of faith, making the change and trusting that the changes that are happening in your life is working out for your highest good. I feel like there may be some unexpected changes that have been happening in your life. So things that have been a bit surprising or even shocking, like almost like realizing things, like having these epiphanies that, oh my gosh, I've been here for so long, and I've always been here, but I'm just now realizing that I don't really feel like I entirely fit here, or I fit here anymore. So I feel like with this is a real call to faith and trusting that intuition. This card is really coming out really strong this week for a lot of signs. So I feel like there's a lot of changes. Like a lot of people are being guided onto, a path that is truly in alignment for them. But I feel like it's maybe just showing up differently from what some of us have planned for ourselves. So it's like it's going to feel like things are not going according to plan. And maybe that's part of the process. That's part of the journey, is to sometimes release the plans that we had and allow spirit to, kind of show the way that is a better fit for us, that we may not have realized for ourselves. So, let's see what we have coming up here for you this week, Leo. I feel like you're really wanting, I was getting this, again, this may be very specific to just a select few of you, but I saw like two people who It felt like a soulmate connection, and it felt like wanting to just kind of tune the world out. So maybe within this relationship or this connection that I was picking up on, that there was like maybe a lot of people involved, a lot of opinions, a lot of objections, a lot of obstacles in the way. And maybe this is like a long time coming. And I was kind of getting this sense almost like I did see like teenagers, like maybe this was something from in the past, or this has been a long time connection, like childhood memories here. But there was like this desire from both people to kind of escape their lives and just be together and just shut out the rest of the world. And because they feel the most at peace and they feel the most at home when they're together. And it's almost like at this point in our life, it doesn't really feel like anything else matters anymore. All these things that we placed value on, or we tried to take into consideration, or we tried to bend to like other people's and what they wanted for us and how they thought, things should be. There's like this, let's just drop everything and just like shut out the world and just like live in our own world. And that's the vibe I'm getting from this Hermit card. It's like no longer wanting to entertain or carry the weight of things that just feel too heavy to carry. And so there may be this desire to kind of shut out the world. And if this is not a connection, this could also just be in your own way, needing silence, needing time to yourself, needing to kind of feel more connected with who you really are and where you really belong. So again, there's that solar plexus energy of being connected to our center and our power. And sometimes when we're around others who don't really feel like home, it tends to, especially if you're more highly sensitive, it tends to kind of like knock us off of our center. We get kind of disjointed there. So I feel like this week there is a strong desire to reconnect with the center. And maybe the way to do that this week for some of you is to spend time with yourself, spend time in meditation, maybe even like take like a short vacation or get away for a bit. I feel like there may be, oh, look at that. And you have the Four of Swords pop out. So again, that's that card of rest, rejuvenation, going into meditation, allowing ourselves to just kind of put everything down for a second, everything that we've been carrying, all the heavy weight, all the expectations, and even the things that we can sense are coming up for us. So there's a strong sense of detachment here with the Six of Swords. So this is needing to kind of just step away from anything that has felt too heavy of a burden, too much to carry, and needing to find some clarity, needing to clear the head, clear the mind, and clear your energy. So I feel like that's going to be a very strong, there's a very healing energy here to this week for you, Leo. And I think it's important. It's an important thing for you right now. Yeah, Five of Swords. Yeah. It's like no more games. So you may have been around, I'm hearing like having to play the game with the Five of Swords. And I feel like there is this desire to not want to play the game anymore. This is like, maybe needing to fit into some standard, or to kind of have to uphold some kind of expectation that actually is not fully in alignment with someone. It's like, I can't do this anymore. Like I can't keep, pretending that I want to do this job, this career, or I want to have this one thing in my life when I really don't. I'm just have it because I'm supposed to have it, or I'm supposed to be doing this thing. So there is this like strong message of walking away from standards, walking away from expectations, because for the purpose of needing to reconnect with our true soul desires and frequency, and really connecting with ourselves. So with this Five of Swords, this is like wanting to walk away. The Six of Swords and the Five of Swords, like wanting to walk away from, those kinds of dynamics. Yeah. And then someone's like really tuning into their intuition. So following their intuition, having faith that whatever direction that someone is being guided into is going to lead them to where they really are their soul is wanting them to go. And this has been a lesson for someone, I feel like, with the world. This journey has been a lesson to this point to kind of learn how to trust one's instincts, learn how to listen to one's intuition. Because this may have been something where someone was guided away from their intuition with that Five of Swords, and it may have caused an imbalance, again, a disconnection from one center. And so this is someone coming into their power, into their intuitive powers, listening to their wisdom, listening to their intuition. And so as we step into that more powerfully, the chapter, the lessons that journey needed to teach us can close. We've learned the lesson. We no longer need to have that on repeat. So I feel like there's a strong lesson here for someone in learning how to listen to their intuition and to trust it. Let's go into the Two of Wands here. So there's a new path. So there's someone at a crossroads now because there's a lot of changes. There's a lot of clarity. And so someone here is sitting at this junction in their life and they're actually waiting for the green light. So I feel like with this Two of Wands, someone already knows that it's like there's not any confusion. I'm not seeing needing to make what decision do I make or what path do I go down? I'm seeing more of I know the path that I need to take. I'm just waiting for the door to open. I'm just waiting for the gate to open. I'm waiting for the green light because I'm ready to go. So what else do we need to know about this with the Two of Wands? It's like someone is ready to just kind of step fully into their new path. Yeah. And it's like there could be something about leaving some things behind, having to tie up loose ends. So again, there's no confusion about what direction someone needs to go into, but it's a matter of what do we need to prepare and put together and kind of, help along this journey of getting myself to this place where the door starts to open and these opportunities start to come in and I get the green light to walk forward. So I feel like there's a buildup of courage as well. So someone is building that courage. They're building their stamina to be able to withstand what will come with kind of walking down a new path for them. So, they may have to kind of walk away from older connections or maybe even a job or a place of living that they've had these attachments to or these connections to. So it's like tying up those loose ends. The Page of Wands. So this is about someone following their inspiration, their creativity. So as someone kind of allows themselves to fully embrace this new path, they're going to find that their creativity starts to awaken in them, that there's some new skills and talents and abilities that they didn't know that they had or they could do. So it's and they start to embrace it more. So with this Page of Wands, this is someone learning newly how to make use of their innate talents and gifts. That's very special. Beautiful. So we have an Emperor card here. So this is someone really fully stepping into their power. So there's a divine masculine energy here. And what that is someone who is able to put action towards the things that they are most passionate about. So they're making something with it. They're doing something with it. They're materializing it in some way or another. So they're really connecting to their intuition. They're connecting to, it's like this really beautiful balance of this High Priestess energy and the Emperor. So someone is really coming into alignment with knowing how to channel the information that they're given, trusting their intuition, and finding a way to make something out of it, finding a way to create something for their life where it allows them to feel powerful in their life. It allows them to take leadership and ownership of their own decisions, their choices, their paths, because they may be coming from, because we do have the Five of Swords, they may be coming from a journey where one of the lessons was to not allow ourselves to give our power away to others. Which is one way when we don't listen to our intuition, sometimes we fall into that trap of giving our power away to others because we're not trusting or we're having a difficult time trusting what our intuition is trying to tell us, which we all do. So I feel like there's someone here that's really tuning into that. And I feel like naturally, again, like I said, I did pick up on a really powerful soulmate connection. I try to keep these readings general, but this energy was very strong, so it came up. So we have the Queen of Cups here. So there's a lot of love here. There's a really strong love bond connection for someone. And with this Queen of Cups, I feel like this is the love between these two souls is the driving force behind what is helping them to catalyze changes in their life. So even if they're not together or they're not necessarily having a physical relationship together, there is on an energetic level inspiring each other to awaken to their full power and awaken to their creativity, their skills, their talents. It's an assistance. It's a helping energy for right now. It's a supportive energy. It's a helping energy that's, I feel like, is more on an energetic level. But what it's doing is helping both souls come into alignment with themselves first. And then something could kind of materialize into the 3D if they choose. So, so then we have the King of Swords here and the Star. So the King of Swords is someone who's very intelligent, very observant, and also very wise and strategizes, and also can see through to the truth of things, and being able to understand their world around them pretty much. So with this Queen of Swords, I feel like he's really tuning into this Queen of Cups and seeing her for who she really is. So maybe someone here has gone through a recent awakening. They've gone through this epiphany, or their eyes have been opened, their crown chakra. I'm kind of seeing someone's crown chakra is wide open and they see something crystal clear. And they're also understanding, they're taking the time to learn and understand the path, the journey, and this other soul and what it's all about. And I feel like with the Star card, this is all about manifestation, and this is all about finding, it's almost like this Queen of Cups, like I said earlier, is guiding this King of Swords or this Emperor energy back to their light. So back to where their true power is. And this could also be someone manifesting this connection or relationship as well. So kind of putting out that wish, putting out that desire, of a wish come true here. Yeah. So, and then we have that transformation. So this is someone fully transforming a light, like I think there's two souls here. And I feel like on both ends, life is transforming and they're really allowing themselves to shed. So I'm hearing shedding a lot of the layers that are no longer needed, no longer necessary. And I do see someone like spending a lot of time alone. So this may be a solitary kind of week, but like a one that's desired. So really wanting to kind of break away, wanting to spend more time with oneself, not really wanting to be around too many people unless they feel nurturing or nourishing or good for one's growth. So someone's really setting strong boundaries here as well, because they know they're going through this transformation. And in order for them to really allow themselves to go through that process, they're really kind of putting up a barrier here. So, and maybe someone also is healing a heartbreak from the past, or healing disappointments, healing grief, regret, that kind of thing. What do we need to know? I'm hearing the word forgiveness with the Three of Swords here, and I'm hearing specifically self-forgiveness. So I feel like someone here is actually investing energy into themselves here, because I feel like with this Three of Swords, a lot of times, this could be heartbreak in like a relationship or connection, but I'm actually hearing that someone, as they're spending time in reflection, they could be looking back and just reflecting on maybe things that they could have done differently, or choices they could have made differently that would have, impacted their life in a better way, kind of thing. So I'm not saying like I see someone already in this space, like kind of reflecting back and thinking, I should have invested more energy into that, or I should have done this differently, or I shouldn't have done that. And I feel like someone here is in this process of forgiving oneself, because we know that when we can forgive ourselves, we can truly let go. We can truly let those past experiences go. They are what they are. That's happened in the past. And what we can do right now is move forward and learn from those lessons and let ourselves off the hook, off of a lot of these things. Because as long as we kind of hold ourselves to it, or we hold ourselves hostage, it's like we can't really fully move on. It's just be like this thing that's always on us, like we're on ourselves about it all the time. So I feel like someone here is allowing themselves to let those things go, like not giving themselves grace and acknowledging their humanness in all of it, and knowing that going forward, I'm going to do this differently, or I'm going to approach this differently, and I'm going to do my best to approach something in a different way. And that's what the Six of Pentacles actually is. What I'm seeing here is this investing energy into one's own healing, in one's own self-growth. And I feel like with the Five of Wands, this actually might be something that they have to fight for. Something someone has to kind of really, again, put up those boundaries, because they could be around people who don't want them to grow, that don't want to heal, don't want them to heal, don't want them to forgive themselves for all these things, because it will keep them in that same state. It will keep them continuously in that negative cycles, those patterns, because maybe the people around them don't desire for them to grow. But I feel like someone here is breaking out of that, again, with that King of Swords. They see things clearly. They understand why someone would not want them to grow, or why they would want someone to hold them back. And so I feel like someone here is really doing the work on themselves to understand where they stand and where they want to go, and being able to take their power back, that, we all have a right to grow and we all have a right to heal. And if we want to do that, we should be able to do that. So I feel like someone here is powerfully standing in their, like they're wanting that growth for themselves, and they're kind of fighting for it here. The Knight of Swords. So I also feel like someone here is also coming out of maybe some resistance, or they're coming out of fears, or they're coming out of a insecurity of coming forward with some kind of message. So someone here may have been resisting speaking or talking, or allowing themselves to be more open with the Knight of Swords. But I feel like with the Five of Wands and the Knight of Swords, there's someone here that's kind of either they're fighting, it could be one or two things. They could either be holding themselves back from not saying something, or they're coming out of their fears of saying something. So someone could be overcoming some kind of fear that could be holding them back, and letting themselves speak their truth, or say something, or, say some kind of message that they've been wanting to say for a long time. What else do we need to know about this? Yeah, Ten of Swords. I feel like someone is overcoming the fear of not saying something. So communication could be starting to open up here for someone's throat chakra opening, their expression opening, which really makes sense, because someone with this Page of Wands, I do feel like someone is embracing more of their authentic voice. So whether that shows up in creativity, projects, talents, that kind of thing. And I feel like that will start to spill into other areas as well. So maybe in connections and relationships, we're more authentic. We're kind of saying what we really feel instead of holding back. Because I feel like holding back or not saying something for someone may have resulted in some painful experiences, to not be able to speak their truth and kind of allow something to be unspoken. I think they're seeing how that may have hindered their growth a bit. So I feel like someone here is actually coming out of that space here. Yeah, King of Cups. See, this is all about like emotional control, holding back, and, not really like allowing one's emotions and heart to open up, needing to kind of contain everything and keep everything grounded and stable. So with the King of Cups here, I feel like someone, they're seeing how that holding back may have caused this heartbreak, or could have caused some painful experiences for them. But I feel like someone is working on it. They're working on removing those resistances. Let's pick one more here for this King of Cups. Yeah. So the Two of Swords. So definitely in hibernation and healing mode. So it may not be, communication may not be here this week. If you're a cross watcher and you're waiting to hear from like a Leo or that kind of thing. But I do feel like someone is working on it. I feel like someone is in that process of working on their fears, what's holding them back. They're trying to understand themselves, and they're trying to heal through those things. So I feel like someone here is more of in a space of needing to be with themselves and needing to heal through it. And I think that's an important thing that needs to take place or needs to happen here. Yeah. And then we have the Ace of Cups, but there's a lot of love. The heart is opening. There's a lot of love. And I feel like this love energy is actually the guiding force for a lot of the changes. It's the catalyst for a lot of the changes that are happening. So very beautiful, Leo. Let's do a guidance message. Okay, guidance for Leo this week. Yeah. Unfinished symphony. So I feel like this has to do with a connection, a relationship, or it could also be with career, or something that I feel like kind of got derailed, or something that kind of went off into a different path. So I feel like someone is kind of coming back to themselves because they could have they started off on something and then they got like rerouted to something else that really caused them to go off center and made them feel off center. And so someone here is coming back into alignment. And I feel like that's going to apply in relationships and also in career as well. And also just in lifestyle. I feel like someone's life is really becoming a lot more authentic. It's becoming a lot more wholesome for them. And take that as it resonates. It's not going to resonate for everyone. But that's the message that's coming through here for you, Leo. Okay. What else? Be here now. Yeah. And I feel like this is all about savoring the wisdom and like the healing energy that is helping one to really go through this process and setting them on their path home. So I feel like someone here is really being guided home to themselves and being in that moment, being here with whatever like life is showing us right here, right now is going to be how we progress forward, being able to see those lessons clearly. So beautiful, Leo. This is powerful healing energy that's opening up a new pathway here for you. So very beautiful and very significant. I hope this reading resonated. If it did, don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you for next week. Bye, Leo.